Hi, this is Dean Roger Ray. Just doing another webcam, and I'm just ranting whatever I feel like talking about, just putting it on this channel. And by the way, folks, yeah, this is originating from herebefools7's. I don't care if you know that. I mean, I don't care, but you can't. Prosecute if you can. Prosecute a truther if you can. You can certainly try. I'm afraid that you may end up with a William Cooper incident, or you may end up with a Captain William Morgan incident, because I have went through the whole thing of what the secret societies are doing. I have exposed them from the highest levels, better than the book originally, because there's more stuff happening now. But anyway, you guys can set up your court case. I'll go for it. Shit. Become a martyr. That's no problem, because I'm right. Because my material's saturated everywhere, recorded onto a lot of other people. Try to take me to court. Here be 7 monsters. I know what he's doing. Okay. And I've done detective work. I mean, I've worked for a VIP service for Safeway to catch thieves. I've done detective work, and I know how, you know, like, I'm good at watching, observing people, and I'm good at seeing what their agendas are. So I'm going to talk about detective work and my experience in Safeway. Okay. Because, yeah, I had a license, I had a detective's license, I had everything. It was all covered up because I'm a truther, but originally I worked for Safeway under a VIP company, working as a detective. I can even tell you my badge number if I can remember it. I was a private investigator, man. Because I learned through CSIS, through Robert L. Thompson, and through all those other guys, I learned how to become a private investigator. I actually learned more about private investigation because I learned how to fool them, because there was more training involved to get over them. So, and when I told that company a few little tricks and tactics they'd never heard of, boom, I was hired. Okay, because it's easy to catch thieves. Now, in Safeway, they you can watch people when they walk in. I'm going to tell you about behaviors when you're shopping, because it's just fun. Okay. Now, when you're watching people in there and they're focusing on stealing stuff, they're focusing on people instead of the product. You can spot that right away. In a kid, you can spot it. In an adult, you can spot it. You know, there's the odd, and you can tell the difference between a kid that's mommy, and shoving stuff in the cart, and a difference between a kid that takes batteries and starts shoving them into the Pepsi-Cola can, so that when the Pepsi goes through, the batteries go through. I mean, they got free batteries. You know, when you're working as a detective, you see every scam on the planet. You see people take their stakes and hide them between 2 big, huge items. Take real expensive stakes and stuff them in there, or they'll take a closed-in shopping bag and go in there and rob the store and hope security don't see it, and then they'll drag their shopping bag out, pay for 2-3 items, and leave the store with about 10 stakes. You know, they play every scam on the planet. And, you know, like some places, the cat food aisle is not protected by cameras, so everybody steals from the other aisles, and then they conceal it over in the cat food aisle, and there's strategies galore. But when the best way to catch a thief in Safeway is to go around and watch for behaviors, watch for the people looking at other people. Now, unfortunately, there's other people that are paranoid. Let's just say they had Maca Electric talk to them, and they come and they're wondering if they'll be followed, and they're wondering if there's somebody, you know, coming after them. So when I go into a grocery store, they'll study the people too, and then if they spot the detective following them, they're really scared, because the detective doesn't know what their mindset is. So they'll really look like a bad shopper. Okay, what we call a bad shopper. And they'll be playing head games with a detective because they don't know who the heck the guy is, because they don't realize there's live detectives in a shopping center when you go for groceries. Because there's all that security. The only way you're going to find out is steal something, right? And a lot of people are good-minded people, and they don't steal stuff. Okay. So I'm watching these behaviors, and I meet up with these paranoid people that watching Alex Jones, and they're right upset. So they come out and they're starting to get aware, and they come out and they're really worried about everything, and they discovered, maybe I slipped up, but they discovered my detective work, and they're really freaking out. Like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? What is he doing? Because I'm carrying around come back 7 hours later, and I'm still in the store, because seriously, they decided to, wow, this guy is tagging on to us, watching us closely, and I'm watching them because they've tipped me off, but lucky for me, the one guy approached me, and he said, look, are you following me or something? I said, no, I'm Safeway Security. I said, and I told the guy, I said, look, there's certain things that shoppers do, and you're a very rare case that you look up and you look at people when you're shopping, you see what they're doing, it looks like you want to take something off the shelf and make sure you don't have any witnesses. So then a store detective will come after you, because normally what people do is go after look at the groceries, look at where they want to find the groceries, get the details down and leave. There's nobody into the tactics of it. But once you enter that arena with the tactics, you're going to have a store detective on everywhere you go. These guys were just freaking out, because as soon as, and that's what happens to you in life, is that you're given these scaremonger information, okay? Then in real life, you become a tactical player instead of a ordinary shopper, and I noticed that when I worked in Safeway. I noticed, so, all the tactics I use to watch for people, I've got to add to it so that I don't mistake people that are just paranoid, And I learned a lot of lessons doing it, because I got to observe a lot of people, observe a lot of behaviors, and figure things out. And I was talking to my partner that was training me, and because I got trained right on site and got my license, other than going, like, you could go to school in Alberta, you can go to Hilltop Academy and get your private investigator's license, or you can get it directly by the company, and that's what I did. I don't know if they just handed me one, so I don't know if they just cut corners or not, but oh well. I got trained right on site. But anyway, when I was working private investigator, I noticed that human behavior is not all cut and dry, and you can make a lot of big mistakes. Like for instance, you got these trolls now. They got this the boy who called the boy who whether they got the guy that cries wolf all the time. And they got that story in cartoon, and they're saying, well, you can't, like, that's what the truthers are doing. They're trying to imply, and that's not what the truthers are doing. The real ones are watching vigilantly. They're not making electric watching out for the New World Order and then go shopping at Walmart. That's a joke. That's funny. Because the Walmart is the New World Order, and if he wanted to stop the collapse of the economy, all he had to do is expose Walmart. It's just stupid. Like, Mickey Electric, if he wasn't, if I could see that he was just a fool, I would have laughed at him, but he's not. He's a player. He plays around with Monograph, and he plays around with other things to work for the New World Order. He was recruited. But you have to realize there's it's a bit more complicated than what these guys say. What these trolls put out a thing with the, they're only exposing their own scaremongers, and then you go look at your Alex Jones, you go look at all your other scaremongers, and Von Helton's one of them. You go look at him, and you get freaked out, and it's been since 2000. You had I don't know, 2011, you had 11 years to figure out a strategy, or 11 years to build something up more solid than you might have done. And 90% of the people sitting on the, the thing, the videos getting trolled, that's all they spend their life doing is talking now. Because they got introduced to a Hegelian system of hate. And they just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. I used to go in and I used to fight all the Freemason, go in and have fun exposing them, and it used to be fun, but then you got those Subgenius and those Sputum guys in there, and oh man, I just got right upset. Like, this ain't the rules. But they, like that's because I was attacking secret societies, and then I got gang stalked, and all I wanted to do is try and, wake people up to the truth, And it's like Anonymous, same way. Get introduced to Anonymous, they're lolsec and all this stuff, these trolls, and they and if you don't know what's going on, they'll kill you. They will kill you. Okay, like they did Megan Myers. Something, they either went to pressure her because of the mother, the father, they betrayed secret society, or the mother and father, or there might not even be anything to do with it, just the proof they can kill people. They just prove they can talk kids into death. I don't know what with the Megan Myers. I know it's connected to Anonymous. And I know from, like when I originally talking about behavior, I noticed I left the topic a little bit, but I'm trying to build up to explain something more complicated. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so bear with me that, I'm moving in off topic a little bit. I'm actually not, because when I'm getting into Megan Myers, okay, and these kids, and they look at the truth and they start putting it out on the net, these kids do, and immediately they're attacked by trolls. The thing is, the trolls have gotten so bad now that one or two trolls might mistake innocent people and be drawing in too much attention to what the trolls are doing, and that's where they get reprimanded. That's where Montegraph goes over to the internet corner. It might not be what you did at that specific blog TV. They might be watching you over here and say, "Holy shit! Don't be letting that troll, be part of our group anymore. We better send the party man out for that guy." And the troll's going, "What did I do wrong?" Well, it's hard to tell what you did wrong, buddy. But first of all, it's accepting to work for the New World Order is exactly what you're doing wrong. But the New World Order will not tell you you're working for them if they can get you working for them for free. That's the whole trick of the New World Order. They want free workers. They want slaves. Okay? And Montegraph's not going to tell you why he's kicking you out. He's not going to tell William Weeks why he didn't like him. Why he threw that guy in the internet corner permanently. He's not going to tell this guy over here why he's in the internet corner, and neither is herebefools7's. There's probably it's a very complicated setup, this mind control. Okay, from the tiered up top of the truthers that are exposing absolute truth, and then you got these other old truthers, but they got an agenda. And there's even weird things like, man, I found a truther that was going after Alex Jones that was Freemason, and he was just doing it to join the other ones that are doing that, so the Masons have a place, right? So the Masons don't like Alex Jones. Even Montegraph don't like Alex Jones. And yet they are on the same side. He'll promote the same guy that Alex Jones promotes, Ron Paul. That guy's a bad guy. It's a very twisted setup, but you should be able to see it. You can see that these guys are not truthers just by their scrambled up views of things. Who's connected to what? And when you look closely, it just looks like a scrambled mess. But when you start unraveling stuff, if you don't get gang stalked or stuff like that, you can actually start to see the truth. See the people that are out there genuine trying to do something, and you can see that they've accidentally connected to some of the bad guys. And You can see the straw man tactics. You can see the human behavior all over this. So I don't know if this video is any good. I'm just trying to talk on a subject that's very